For years, Western media convinced us that China was a mere imitator, incapable of innovation, and restricted to copying Western intellectual property. However, recent events debunk this theory. Chinese companies are emerging as global leaders in innovation. This advancement is so significant that now Western companies seek to invest in China to access advanced technologies. A clear example of this turnaround is the rise of the Chinese electric vehicle industry. Rise of China in electric vehicles. 20 years ago, China realized it couldn't compete with Western gasoline car manufacturers. However, electric vehicles were a novelty, and no nation had supremacy in this field. Thus, China plunged into this segment, now controlling the destiny of this industry. To illustrate, two recent deals had a significant impact on the automotive sector. The first involves Volkswagen, the largest global automaker. It recently invested $700 million for a 5% stake in XPeng, a Chinese electric car manufacturer. This investment grants VW access to advanced assisted driving technologies from XPeng, boosting the development of two new electric models in China under the VW brand. The second deal involves the giant Stellantis, responsible for 14 Western brands like Fiat, Citroën, Peugeot, and Jeep. They spent a larger sum, $16 billion, for a 21% stake in Leapmotor, a Chinese electric car startup, also securing 2 seats on its board. This agreement allows Stellantis to access advanced technologies from Leapmotor, including its semi-autonomous driving system and a comprehensive range of in-house R&D and production capabilities. If there are still doubts about these transactions, or if one thinks the Chinese electric car industry is overrated, consider the opinions of industry leaders. Bob Russo, CEO of consulting firm Automobility and former executive of Daimler Chrysler, stated that these deals show how global automakers are lagging behind in the electric race. Carlos Tavares, CEO of Stellantis, commented that the Chinese offensive is evident. With the Leapmotor deal, they can benefit greatly. This candid view was also shared by Jim Farley, CEO of Ford. He said he sees the Chinese as the main competitors, surpassing GM and Tesla. The Chinese will be the power, Farley affirmed. Andy Palmer, an experienced figure in the industry known as the godfather of the electric car, also issued warnings about China 15 years ago. He cautioned the governments of Japan, the UK, and the United States about the real risk of China getting it right. And now, this has been confirmed. China has an international strategy aiming for dominance in foreign markets with affordable electric vehicles, something Western automakers have failed to replicate. Before proceeding, it is crucial to note how China quickly dominated the global electric vehicle market.
The domination of the giant BYD. Across the globe, half of all electric car sales come from Chinese brands. The global sales of these vehicles consistently rise, with over half originating from China. Chinese companies manufacturing these cars are now venturing into the international market, ready to compete with major Western brands. Leading this expansion is BYD, the sector leader in China. Its achievements are remarkable. In 2022, it sold 1.86 million vehicles, surpassing the sales of the previous 4 years combined. BYD achieved impressive milestones quickly in 2023. In just a few months, BYD's average daily sales reached 9,259 cars. Currently, BYD dominates 40% of the Chinese electric vehicle market. On the global stage, it has surpassed Tesla, securing a 21% market share compared to Tesla's 15%. BYD's workforce is a key differentiator. With over 600,000 employees and 90,000 engineers, its team is 5 times larger than Tesla's. BYD's upward trajectory is admirable. It's interesting to note how Elon Musk, a prominent figure in this market, has changed his perception of BYD over the years. In 2011, Musk underestimated BYD in an interview with Bloomberg. However, recently, he acknowledged the value and competitiveness of BYD's vehicles. Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett's former partner, also praised BYD, considering the investment in the company one of Berkshire's best. Similarly, Jim Farley, CEO of Ford, highlighted BYD's impressive performance. China has significant control over supply chains and crucial minerals for lithium battery production, providing a competitive advantage. Most of the supply chain for electric cars is located in China. A UBS study revealed that 75% of BYD vehicle components are produced locally, double the global average. The influence of Chinese electric vehicles is expanding globally. An article in Wired highlights this shift. US, European, and Japanese automakers underestimated this threat. China now exports more cars than any other country. Since 2020, its car exports have grown by 75%. UBS analysts predict that Chinese automakers will double their market share in the automotive industry to 33% by the end of the decade. These projections do not account for the potential success of these automakers in the United States, Japan, South Korea, or India. There are expectations of trade barriers, similar to those faced by Huawei and TikTok. The scenario resembles Japan in the 1970s when brands like Toyota and Honda revolutionized the American market. Anti-Japan sentiments were common in the US, a situation similar to the current relationship with China. Despite the anti-China sentiment in the United States, American consumers seek affordable products. There is a possibility that Chinese electric vehicles could enter the US market via Mexico. As of October, these vehicles represented 20% of car sales in Mexico. Sales of Chinese cars increased by 51% in the first 10 months of the year, a remarkable growth compared to other countries. The Chinese strategy. We cannot discuss electric vehicles without mentioning Tesla, seen as a leader in this industry. Tesla is undoubtedly a remarkable and influential company. However, many overlook the crucial role played by China in the development of this sector. Here, the astute Chinese strategy stands out. The Chinese government decided to be a pioneer in electric vehicles. To achieve this, they provided subsidies to the sector, not only for local companies but also offered advantages to foreign corporations manufacturing in the country. Elon Musk seized this opportunity. With Chinese support, Tesla built its main gigafactory in Shanghai in less than a year. In the past year, this factory produced 550,000 cars, representing 52% of Tesla's global production. Tesla, an American brand, leads the market. However, its successes depend significantly on the relationship with China. The core operations of Tesla in China have positively influenced Chinese electric car manufacturers. We are witnessing a global economic and geopolitical transformation. China's supremacy in the electric vehicle industry is a clear example of this. Western companies are adopting superior Chinese technologies, paying a premium for them. Until recently, this idea would have been unthinkable. But now, it is the reality. Some Western countries still harbor suspicions about China, creating barriers against the expansion of Chinese electric vehicles. However, China maintains a firm grip on the future of this industry. A renowned economist from Shanghai, a former chief economist at Morgan Stanley, summed it up perfectly: China's leadership in electric vehicles is undeniable. With economic supply chains, advanced technology, and reduced costs, countries in the global north cannot compete. Looking more broadly, the revolution of electric vehicles in China is an example of a shift in the balance of global power. Western companies seek Chinese expertise, recognizing its leadership in automotive innovation. Projections indicate that Chinese automakers will gain more space in the global market, while Western companies will lose ground. We are in an era of significant transformations. China is shaping the future of the global automotive industry, especially in the electric vehicle segment. Chinese dominance in this area is indicative of this change. It demonstrates how Chinese innovation and investment strategies are proving effective. This trend not only reshapes the automotive market, but also the global economic and geopolitical landscape. What are your thoughts on the electric vehicle industry in China? Share your opinion below, and don't forget to see what others are saying too.